Good morning, traders. Welcome to the Bookmap live trading webinar. And we're doing live analysis here Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, 10 a.m. And it's all based on our educational course. I'll be your host here, Bruce. And we that course will go through like setups and understanding order flow. And then we're going to put it to the test here in the live markets. Then live trading with Jay Trader, a stocks trader, on Wednesday, and Thursday with Scott Pulsini. Guys, we have a whole host of other things going on over in our Discord channel. If you want to go check that out, we have right after this webinar, Tom B, who's a volume profile trader. He'll be going through how he reads order flow within volume profile structure. And then we have right after that, we have Doug, options with Doug. He's going to be looking at his options to give structure to the direction he's looking for, and then he's going to be looking at Bookmap for order flow. And then early in the morning, now at 8:30 East Coast time, we have Rain. He'll go through the crypto markets. We have many special events, etc., throughout the week, so you might want to check us out over on Discord to attend some of those webinars and events. All right, let's jump in here. General disclosure: all Bookmap limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, so let's jump in here. Hope you guys had a chance to give Bookmap a try for we had our Black Friday event all well over a week, so that you guys could try Bookmap, give it a shot, see if you like it, and for half the price off, and also for upgrades as well. Good morning, Alan and Tom Gunn and BlackRock. All right, so let's see here. I want to make sure that over in the good morning, JC, Rob. Yeah, another day of trading in paradise. Excellent. All right, guys. Well, so anyway, we just had data here, 10 a.m. And this was the services PMI. It's always important. This is a leading indicator here that gives insight to what purchasing managers are doing. They have to read the economy. They have to be experts. They're looking for they're looking out for their businesses, how much resources they want to implement, what about their inventories, etc. I mean, these are really, really important critical questions for them, and then that gives us insight to what CPI might look like, retail sales, etc. That all leads down to a very simple thing: what is the Fed going to do? All right, are they going to raise interest rates? Are they not? So you can see that the number was pretty good here for services PMI. What did price do, though? It sold off. So it means that the economy is still pretty heated up, and that means the Fed will likely raise rates, and that's why we're seeing the sell-off here. All right, at least that I'm putting that story together. If you guys have a different story, fine. We just know what price did here, and then we're looking at the order flow. So if you want to base some of your trading, and many traders do, on fundamentals, at least to give some sort of insight to what's going on out there in the market, well, here it is, right? Here's your fundamental event. Here's how order flow reacted to it, or the market reacted to it. And then here's the order flow. You can see about 45 seconds or so before the event, they start to pull liquidity, and it gets really close to the event, and they're pulling liquidity as well. Where are they staying in the market? Well, they stayed in the market here at 40.30, blasted right through it, and then it looks like they kind of pulled it down here, but they came back in at 40.22. So that's kind of interesting to see. And what has price done so far? It's banging around within this event here. Guys, we talked about this last week. I think we talked about this during J Traders. Maybe it was Friday. Yeah, it was Friday. This is your volume event. So what I want to get at here is trading plans and how you can start to understand volume events. So for example, many traders look at initial balances the first hour of trading. You'll see that volume smile, or more volume in the beginning of here. Let me show it here. More volume in the beginning of the day compared to the end of the day. We're gonna have to go back more than a week here. Okay, so here's the smile I'm talking about, right? So here's the open, here's the middle of the day, here's the end of the day. Here's the open, here's the middle of the day, here's the end of the day. So the volume is picking up on the edges here, the end and the beginning of the days. That's the volume event, right? Well, this is no different, right? It's a fundamental event. It's still a volume event. And then what's happening within that range here. So you can look at these as like kind of highs and lows here and start to understand order flow around some of these events. This will give you insight. Okay, so right now, well, look at them supporting it here, right here. Okay, so for those of you new to Bookmap, all this is showing here is the liquidity, okay, in Bookmap from the order book. There's buyers here in the with limit buy orders. They're supporting it at a higher price level here, and price came up and went through 40.35, okay, to the top of the range here, okay, or at least top of the small range. The bigger range here is still up here, okay, for 40.40. Now let's just see, are they still supporting it? If so, then we're looking for the move up into 40.40. Okay, yeah, they're on the bid here. Now what's the reaction? Buyers. Great. Let's see them trade up into 38 and then 40. Okay, that would be the direction here we're looking for. Okay, just based off of what we just covered, the fundamental event or the economic event, and understanding the order flow here in the current market within this event. Okay, the structure is the big event here, this event at 10 o'clock. Okay, and the order flow is within that event here. Okay, they're bidding up at these areas. We're finding buyers, so we're looking for 38 and we're just shy of it, and then we're looking for 40. Okay, top of that range here, where it dropped from after the event. All right, so very simple, very straightforward, and there's a simple trading plan for you right there. Right now, this is something, then it's just a suggestion. Now you got to go back and you got to do your studying. You got to do your homework. All right, so how are you going to manage the risk on something like that? Where would you put your stop? Where would you put your take profit? What is your risk reward? How much money do you want to put on it? Okay, is this time frame even valid for you? Is this something you're looking at? However, it could be a trading plan. Okay, because you're mixing in a fundamental event and a volume event here, in a price structure, and then you're looking for the order flow to support that idea. As simple as that. Okay, I know a lot of traders in here over the years using Bookmap. Some of them are doing exactly that. They're just looking for how price reacts to some of these fundamental events, and then looking for the order flow to go that direction. Okay, so all right, so here's what has happened so far. This has been a low volume pullback so far. Okay, and then even though we didn't get quite to we did get to 38, it looks like, but nothing traded up there. Okay, just the best offer. Now the question is, in this volume event, here's another volume event right here. Okay, in this volume event here, whoops, let me show you. Okay, how is price acting here? All right, so we're looking to see it bounce off of some of these areas, and we're still looking to see if we still get support at these higher levels up here at 32. At this area here, we already traded through it, which kind of surprised me, but we came back down into this little level in here. Okay, these small little levels in here. Okay, and now we're looking to see, are they still supporting on the buy side? Are we getting buyers? Looks like it. Here's our little double bottom pattern, and we're getting buyers. So now we're looking for buyers to break this little range in here and above 35.75. Okay, if they can't, then we're going to find more sellers. They're going to come back down into this level here at 32, maybe all the way back down to 29. Okay, so we're already down to 32. So we didn't get our buyers, okay, that we're looking for here. Let's see if we can get them at this point right now, and then maybe the move up into 40. Okay, so here we go. I found a few. All right, let's see if they can reach it up to this 35.75 again. That's the level we're looking for. Okay, and they cannot. Okay, so let's see if we get our sellers back down here. So we're looking for who's going to take control in this little range in here. Okay, we got our sellers coming in. Still pretty dark in here though on the offer. Yeah, no insight at the moment. Okay, here comes a few buyers, a few sellers. So no insight. We're looking for something high probability, something where it's, you know, we have an edge here. And right now we don't know. Okay, here comes some buyers back up. All right, let's see if we get that insight now. Looking for these buyers in here, and then the break out of this range up into our 38. Okay, I don't like it, but that's a probable scenario here. It's just we want to see that support on the bid in here. And they're bidding up a little bit, but it's nothing really great. Okay, but looking for these big green dots now to trade back up to 38 and then to 40. Okay, looking for that scenario. Pull back immediately. Okay, the secondary scenario here. So this, it still doesn't look all that great, but you know, it's still kind of likely here. Here's our range, and here's our next range here. Now, the other scenario is, do we get sellers down at 34? If we do, then we're looking for the break down to 32. Yeah, here they come. Okay, so we got some sellers coming in here. Let's see if they can continue. So this is the secondary scenario. Now it still might bounce out of here and come back up here, but that's fine. We don't care. We're looking for at the end here, our edge here at the bottom edge, 33 here. We're looking for our sellers. Now look at the offer, look at our sellers. I'm looking for the sellers to break this now into 32, and then bottom of the range back down to 29, maybe 28 here as well. Okay, so that's the most likely scenario here at the moment that we're looking for. Okay, so we gave those buyers a shot. We saw the order flow coming in here, and to the buy side, looking for it to test up into 40. Looks like we're not getting them supporting it down here though. So let's see if we can get more sellers. And let's see it, sellers. Let's see it. Down to about 29 and a half, I guess. That's where that liquidity is. Okay, so we're looking for that liquidity down here. Okay, now what kind of insight did we get in here? It's still not the greatest. Really, you know, we saw this selling here and this leg here, so we're still looking for these sellers to try to take this lower here. It's just when we really get the clarity in here, it's very easy to see it unfold. Okay, so this one's unfolding. We're just about there to that 29.5 liquidity here. And let's see if they can even break it and come back down a little bit lower, maybe back down to the bottom of this swing here around 25 or 26, I guess 25.5, something like that. Uh, 29.50 transacted. All right. Okay, Alejandro, you want to look at the sweeps and absorption? Sure. Oh, and the bottom of the heat map, like stops and icebergs. I think they are working on that. Yeah, let me double check on that. Yeah, I believe that's in the works. So hold on a minute. Yeah, oh, I look at Manny. I look at trend lines all the time. Um, you know, yeah, I view it as you know, it's just it's a structure of a, you know, a price structure, but a diagonal of that price structure, right? So if we you know, draw some trend lines in here, um, you know, you can see it's applying very nicely to it. Yeah, might break it though, Monty, and then when it does, like then you know what we're looking for. We can get rid of this one. This one's pretty bad. Uh, so sorry about that. Okay. So no, I'm sorry, I got the wrong one. All right. Hold on. So if we do break that, this is then, you know, what we're looking for here is a lot of buyers. Here they come, in fact, right? So now this is where the order flow helps us. Okay, so now you put some higher time frame structure in here. All right, so buyers coming in. Okay, buyers should be able to, here's leg one, pull back, leg two, 35 and 36 is what we're looking for now. Right, now can they break this trend line? That's the question. Okay, so they broke it, but it's back into the trend already. So is this a false breakout? Or are we starting to see it kind of reverse a little bit? You know, we want to read the order flow right here around your line, and that's what's gonna be helpful here. Okay, and right now it's, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a battle. I mean, here's the buyers that took it higher. Can we get a leg two out of it right now? Well, there's a lot of sellers in here now too. Okay, if we see buyers back up here at 34.25, a lot of buyers up here at 34.25, then I would look for back up to this liquidity here, maybe even back to 40. Okay, and that would be your trend line break, and that's what your break would look like. Okay, so yeah, here they come. Now how convincing is that? It's okay. It's not, maybe it just goes up to here to 34 3/4, maybe 36 1/2. Maybe that's it, right? So, we're not looking for much out of this right now. Okay, but that would be the scenario here. Okay, so just maybe up to this liquidity here or here. They keep on moving it a little bit higher here. Okay, understood? Like, because it has to look really good here. It has to be convincing. And we know that there's a commitment from the traders here that they're going to go this direction. And that's where we can get the edge here in the order flow. Okay? And then we look for that move to unfold, that scenario to unfold. Okay, and there we go, right? So, and we're still looking though for higher here, 38 and then maybe 40 now. Okay, so we're just about at 30. Yeah, we're past 38. And we're still looking for higher here. So there's your trend line break, and then it was reading the order flow around it. Okay, and our read in here was originally, yeah, it's not bad. It should come up to this kind of 36 1/2, or somewhere up in here, and then it started to look a little bit better. We're still looking for it to continue at that time. Okay, so we got more information as this event, and it all started right here with this event. As this event unfolded, okay, it was okay. It wasn't the greatest, but there's a lot of selling that came right back in, right? Then we went through the scenarios. We're looking for buyers back up here at 34 1/4. Did we get them? Yes, kind of. It looked pretty good. So we're looking for them to continue. That's the scenario. Okay, so that's what we put into the order flow, and that's what we're looking for. And then it picked up more, so great. We're looking for higher then. Now we're up to our 40 level here. Okay, and it's still going. Okay, let's zoom out now and get a bigger picture. This is, in my trading plan, I would be taking, I'd be taking profit here. And that's that. I mean, it may break out. It may come back up in these other areas. It may come up to 50. But boy, this was where that fundamental event took place. We came up and traded to the top of it. I would be out. All right. So how I would have managed it, and ways to consider managing it, there are many different ways, is I would have taken some off at that 36 1/2 here, somewhere around in here, and then hold it for 38, and it was still, still looks like it had some juice left in it, and then take some off it, or exit at 40. All right, I'm out. I would be flat. Now let's go through that. Okay, so it may come back up here, and it may come up to 45, 50, and travel higher for the rest of the day. Okay, we don't know, but this is what we saw. This was the edge that we had, and we're talking about Manny's trend line and break here, and this is what the trend line break looks like. So when you guys are trading order flow in Bookmap, this is where you'll get that edge. So let's overlay a candlestick as well in here and understand, right? So we don't know what if that's gonna break. We don't know what it looks like. Let's go to a 1 minute, and just to get the point across here. Okay, so here that looks pretty indecisive in your candle. Okay, here's your this is your candlestick signal to buy right here, right? The close above this period here. Well, we were looking to get in right around here, 34 1/4, because we saw that volume starting to come in. We're looking to get out, not here at 35 1/4. We're already a point in profit by that point. We're looking to get out maybe around this kind of 36 1/2, where that liquidity was basically, which they kept on pulling and adding higher here. And then we're looking to get out up here and we had our reasons for it, right? Okay, this is all real time. This was the big event over here. I'm getting out. All right, so now it could have blasted through that. It didn't. It's all the way back down to where this move initiated here, and it's actually even through it. Okay, so let's zoom in here again. Yeah, I would love to see a big stop run below this area here into our 29 to 27 level. And looking for those sellers. Yep, 20, maybe 25-ish as well. All right. So now we went over understanding the order flow within this volume event. And that is still holding true. Okay, then we read it at these areas. We put in another structural line here. Just to understand the bigger picture, then the order flow around that picture, and then trade management, a system around that as well. Can we take a look at gold? Sure. Alan, and CVP chart range based SVP session range. Yeah. Thanks, Manny. Excellent. Yeah, still finding buyers back in here. Interesting. I thought we'd get the sellers to be able to, we tested up here other side of the range. It failed. And I was looking to see if we can get the sellers back down here. But this is, again, like, and they may. All right, so let's go through another scenario here, what that looks like. Well, I'm looking for our sellers right here at 32.5. And if we get that big selling here, there they are. All right, so, and then on the offer as well. Yep, a little more selling, and I would look to get in and take it down and take some profit off here. And this would be just a smaller move, right? To 29 3/4, just to illustrate, what we're looking for in here. It's below this area here, right here, 32. All right, that's where we're looking for our big red dots. Let's see if we get them right here. And look for that offer here to show more on the offer at a lower level, followed by big red dots. Nope, nothing. Okay, no red dots down here. So basically this move here has been supported. Now the interesting thing on this, and that it's a weird one, is there was no support on the bid really. Okay, not until after price moved away. Now they're on the bid at 32. That's why we were looking for the move through it. Okay, and we're looking for that offer to come down a little lower here, and then for it to trade back down into this liquidity or this liquidity here. As simple as that. Right? And we didn't get it, so we're staying away from it until we get it. All right, let me see any questions in Discord. All right, Yoakum, you have an image here to share. Looks like they're creating more volume. Yeah, hold on a minute. And go over that. Yeah, I mean, it's just bashing around right now. I mean, it's just accepting in this area in here. It comes back to that volume event, right? This volume event is still in play here, basically. Okay, so we're looking for a direction one way or another within this volume event. Okay, now that extrapolates to exactly like the same concepts here of whatever this is based off the fundamental release here of the services PMI. But for those of you who are, for example, you're following Tom B, whose webinar will be here in another hour or so. We'll start, and you're looking at initial balances. Okay, this is the same concept here, right? So just showing many opportunities in here. Okay, it's a volume event. Now, the initial balance is a volume event of traders within that first hour. We're looking at a fundamental volume event, and then we're looking for, can it break the high? Can it break the low? You can trade up. In this case here, we're looking for this trend line break and then trade up to 40, right? And then get out, right? And then we're looking to see if we can trade to the other side of the range down here, and those sellers to trade through our area here, and then that's when we really wanted to see it. And we didn't quite get it here. They kind of broke out, and they didn't really support it here at 32, but price came back up anyway. Okay, so anyway, that's what we're reading in here, and putting that together. So yeah, now look at all the volume in here has created. Okay, there's just this massive profile here, kind of really unshapely profile here, and then kind of a nice tight profile up here, you guys can see. Okay, and yeah, maybe it has to retest back up in here and fail again for price to come back down and go to lows again. Okay, but this is going to be an important area here at 40. All right, now you can take that to your trading plan. Yeah, guys, yeah, hit the thanks, Joe. Yeah, hit the like button if you can. Helps us out here. Subscribe to the channel. That's even better. You can get alerts when these, and you can wait and when these events start up, so that you don't have to, kind of sets a reminder for you. And we have, like I said, not only these advanced webinars, and then Jay Trader and Scott Pulcini, but we also have Tom B, and then also Rain, and we're going to have others too in the near future. All right, so more on that later, but so you can set your alerts for when these events unfold, and lots of special events too. Boy, it's pretty dull in here. Let's see. I'm looking to see if we can, what the markets think about this. They haven't given us much insight yet after 10 o'clock. Gold. You want to look at gold? I don't even know if I have gold up here, Alan. I don't. Do I have crude? I've been testing this Tradermap Pro. So as you guys can see, so that's why I only have NASDAQ. All right, guys, let's look at this one here. This is looking interesting for a break up into 45. Okay, so here's why. We can get into some of these patterns in here. See how they're building. Look at our area here. Okay, and then look at the balance in here of buyers versus sellers. Now look at the buyers in here, back up to 40. maybe it comes back up here and retests 40 and then kind of comes back to 37 and a half, maybe even 35. But because of this volume in here, we're looking to see if we can break 40 and get up into 45. Okay, that would be the primary scenario to look for in the order flow, and finally break this range here. Okay, and that'll be significant for today. Now, or this morning. We could also look at the opposite scenario of it maybe slightly breaking out from here, but then failing and coming back down, and then we'd be looking for sellers at 35. If we can get that, then we'd be looking for our move that we were looking for down here around 25. All right, so again, looking for what traders think about within this range here. So here we go, right? Now let's see if we can get our buyers in here to reach 42 and get a breakout up into 42 and then 45. All right, so so far so good. Still looking for more buyers here. Now guys, I want to show another product in here that can give some insight to looking for this move to unfold. Watch this. I'm just amazed by this product. This is the new Tradermap Pro, and there's liquidity up here at 42, so I'm looking for them to, it's already trading, for them to trade 42. Let's look at this is looking at 10 lots or greater in a filtered heat map in the order book. Let's jump over to 100 though. All right, so larger players are up here at 45. Okay, so do we get enough buyers in here? If we do, and they're also down here, you can see at 42 again. So we need to see them trade up to 42 and then looking for those buyers to trade up into 45, because that's where this liquidity is. It's up here. Now this is filtering for 100 lots. Okay, so they're up here at 45 and then up here around 58 or so. 57 and a half. There's another 100 lot up there. Okay, so here we go. Oh, look at that. Look at this beautiful stuff, right? Look at that ignition algo in here, pushing that higher, looking for a move to 45, guys. That's again, reading the order book and reading the order flow here, looking for those aggressors to try to take it up to 45 now. Okay, so they traded 42 a few times. Where are they on the bid though? They're way down here at 39.90. Okay, look at them on the bid again here at 42. They were on the offer there. They're on the bid. All right, let's look for that scenario here. Buyers here around 42 to 42 and a half, and then the move up into 45. This is pretty nice. Pretty nice to see. Interesting how we're not finding those buyers. And what about our 10 lot here? Our 10 lot, yeah, you know, can come down here to about 39-ish. But looking for the still looking for these buyers in here to trade up into our 42 and then break out. Now a lot of liquidity in here though. Okay, they got to trade through this. Wasn't that just a pull? Let's see. Well, no, some of this traded here and then they pulled in and added it higher. Is that what you're talking about, Stan? Oh, did this guy pull? No, he transacted. You see the transactions taking place in here. Okay, and then now they're on the offer though. They were on the bid here, and now they're on the offer. Okay, see how they're working the market like that? You can just see where the larger players, where they want to deal. Now they're way down here. And that's certainly a larger player. All right, well, so we got our breakout, okay, and now it's failing. Okay, so this is a false breakout up into 42. It might still come up here, but I'm actually looking for this. It's tried a few times, couldn't find the buyers here, and let's see if we may find the buyers. I'm looking for the scenario to trade back down to this 36 or 37, I should say, here, and then bottom of the range 35. Okay, I'm looking for this to be a false breakout here. Okay, we broke the small structure here, and they couldn't test this liquidity again here at 42, at least not to this point. Yeah, this is a newer product. It's released. Here, let me show you where it is. Go to bookmap.com. Go to the More button. Go to our knowledge base, and then go to add-ons. You're in the knowledge base section here, but we want to be in the add-ons section. And then Tradermap Pros, all the add-ons are here on the left, and then Tradermap Pro is the one on the bottom here. We released it a couple of weeks ago. There's a video for it and everything in here, so go play around with it. It's for MBO data only, from Rhythmic. You need to have Rhythmic data, as well as CME group products. It does not work on stocks or anything else. All right, so now it's included right now with the Global Plus version of Bookmap. However, guys, look at this. I mean, there's still, it always amazes me, like you know, that larger players up here at 45, and they're going to get what they want. Looks like we were looking for that false breakdown here, but look at the volume just in here. You know, it traded back down a bit. It couldn't accept up here. We have the offer in here, but the guys just took them on. The buyers just took them on. So I'm looking for that 100 lot guy up here to get what he wants, and to get filled here. So let's look for those buyers yet again in here. It's just amazing to me, like you know, to see that, get that insight in here about these larger players, and where they're dealing, and where price is likely to go. Okay, so to me, I didn't think they were going to get what they wanted, and then it would come back down into these lower levels here, but I think they're going to get what they want, and that's to get filled up here at 45. Okay, so we're going to go back to that scenario. There's still buyers up here regardless of that liquidity here around 42. Okay, so looking for again, more buyers up here at the top of the range for the breakout into 45. So anyway, you can go here, guys, and you can download and install it right here. Here's the download link. You just have to have Global Plus. In the near future, though, guys, this will be only within the, and it makes good sense, it's only with the, here, let me show you in the marketplace. Within the MBO bundle. Yeah, right here. So if we click on that, this is where you'll find it. And you can see what's included here in the MBO bundle. You get all these indicators here. So there's 4. So we just added more value to the MBO bundle here with the Tradermap Pro. All right, let's see these buyers looking for them, looking for big buying right now, right here, and then this move higher here. Now let's look at it here. I'm not seeing too much support on the bid until back down to 39. Let's well, we're trading back down to 39. Okay, and then I'm again looking for buyers in here. Okay, so and a move back up to 42. Boy, look at them battle in here. Someone doesn't want it to move up there. But again, look at the buyers in here. They're still buying in here. They're still, this hasn't, even this high liquidity in here didn't really scare them away. So I'm still going with that scenario, right? There's our context that we always talk about. The context is, well, there's high liquidity in here, but they still seem to be kind of interested in it. Not until we see like these sellers come in and pull it away from there. Okay, let's see if these buyers can come back up to 40 here. 40 and a quarter. Okay, here they go. Now I'm looking for them to try to break through this liquidity here and then up to our 45. Okay, that would be the scenario here. No, not yet. Back down to 36. All right. All right, buyers, let's see what you got here. Can you also get add-ons for just global? Yeah, there. I mean, you can go to the marketplace there, Kelso. No, the iceberg will not. You have to get the MBO bundle. It's only sold as a bundle there. But you that works within global. Yeah, yep. You don't need to have global plus for that, right? So here it is. No, that was Yoakum's. Yeah, here it is. So yeah, this works with global or global plus, doesn't matter. You just need to have rhythmic, and you need to trade CME group futures. Okay, let's see if we get our buyers come piling in now, back up to 40 first stop, and then through it up to 42 and then 45. Okay, I'm kind of curious to see if because I know there was interest up here. We gauged it up in here. You know, we knew there was interest. So I'm looking for a return back to this area here. Okay, so here's our first bottom of the range and then top of the range here, and then our overall target would be 45 here. All right, buyers, again, yet again, this is where they, it's a kind of critical one right here at 38.5. And they're pulling up here at 40 finally, so that gives the buyers a clear path. There's a little bit of a skew in the auction there, so a clear path up to 40. Okay, I can go through that again, guys, but you know what we saw in here was them pulling here, them adding on the bid, and we found buyers, right? So that's why we're looking for the move up into 40 or 40.25. Okay, and then let's see them try to break out through it and then to the other side of the range here to 42.5. And let me get back to more questions. Yeah, classic, man. You look at liquidity as support and resistance. I agree. I mean, I don't, it's not so much support and resistance as it is like just typically, I mean, or more precisely what it is. It's supply and demand. Yeah, Alex, with the um, global plus version, you'll get the imbalance indicators and there's a host of the absorption, etc. Yeah, let's see. Development got back to me on that. So the suggestion to have absorption and sweeps in the sub panel is on the backlog list, but it's not a priority at the moment. So why do I think the question was, why do I think it was going to come back up here into this this area up in here? Well, let's take a look. All right, so yeah, I mean, I'm kind of curious to see if this is going to unfold as well. The I had my alignment on the stops and icebergs. Now we got better, a little bit better insight here. Well, I mean, we know this is the critical area here, but we just saw that they kept on buying up here, and they kept on buying. So that was giving some insight that, yeah, return back up here is not a bad, or is a likely scenario, even though this was a lot of supply in here. And then they pulled that, so it was like, okay, well, that's interesting. They don't want to be sellers here anymore. In fact, you can see them wanting to be buyers down here around 35. So yeah, and we know that there was buying interest in here. This selling in here is, you know, it's pretty strong, but it's not, it wasn't as like this kind of relentless buying that we just keep seeing. So I'm looking for it to re-auction back up here due to the behavior that we saw, that they would show high supply and yet buyers still were going after it. That was the context part. Does that make sense to you guys? Do you understand? Like this is not an indicator to read, like is reading the players here, that wow, they skewed the auction, there's nothing on demand underneath here, and yet we're still finding buyers interested in trading into this liquidity. So we know there's buying pressure in here. Even in here, they showed high supply in here, and buyers were trading into it. Okay, finally, the sellers, they convinced the buyers, like, we're not going to tangle with it anymore. And then the sellers came in, all right, and they traded it lower. But we know there's still buying pressure in here. So looking for it to come back up and retest here. Okay, does that make sense to you? Do you have any questions on that? I think it was Classic Man who was asking. Or maybe it was Stan. I don't know. Yeah, Manny, we went through where to enter and exit in many examples already. Okay, if we see another one, we'll go through it as well. Okay, another one would be like, okay, well, buyer's right here. All right, I'd get in right there and give it a shot up to 43 and 45. Okay, there you go. Where would your stop be? Here, 40. Where would your first target be? I would probably take some off at 42 and 3/4. I'd be out already half. My stop would be at break even. I'd be looking for 45. There you go. Okay, so this was our scenario that we just talked about, and now I'm looking for momentum in that buying here to pull it through. All right, not you, Stan. Okay. Yeah. Well, anyway, so there's a trading scenario, and a way of looking at the market here. Now, my stop on my second leg would be down here at 40. Okay, would it be triggered? It might be triggered. Now it would be triggered. Most likely, I would be stopped out here now. All right. So I made some, and then I got stopped out at break even. Done. That's it. Okay, that was that trade idea. Okay, now what we just covered though, you can use on any kind of like time frame. We're looking to see where the buyers and sellers are, and we're looking for that follow through up into this 45. Right now, this was more of a momentum play. All right, and does that make sense, Manny? Do you follow? Hey, I knew I went through it quickly. However, something arose quickly, and it's like, yeah, let's take the opportunity. Anyway, now these are not trade recommendations. It's not a trade recommendation room. It's about reading the order flow and then applying that. Manny, nothing. All right, but what we could do. Thanks, Pro K. No, what we could do though is take that idea to a much higher time frame. Okay, so I mean, today's been pretty slow. So you can see that we've been this event here with the fundamentals is really the key issue for today so far. And you can see it trying to break higher, finally kind of did, and then it's pulled back. Yuri 40, 44 is your value area low. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, guys, I mean, what Yuri is looking at as well is look at this in here. Whoops, hold on. Look at this in here, and all of that trading activity, and then the break, right? So this is why there's a guy with 100 lots up here wanting to sell at 45. Okay, again, market structure. This is market structure, but this is before the event, the volume or the fundamental event. So we were going over the fundamental event and where that came in, and then the reaction to the market around that. But thanks, Yuri. That's good stuff. Alex, one thing that's really nice about the stops and absorption and sweeps is that works on any market. Okay, that's by aggressor volume, which is great. So that'll work on stocks, crypto, futures, Eurex, whatever it is. Whereas stops and icebergs is very particular. It's MBO data, market by order data from the CME. It only works with CME, and Rhythmic is the only data provider that offers it. Luke, you want to look at pre-market stuff? Well, I mean, yeah, you can see they kind of dribble down since one. And then here's the, this is our 9:30 open, right? Hold on. No. And this is another volume event in here. And then here's our 9:30 open. And again, see how we're not making this stuff up. Here's your volume event in here. Okay, and this drop here on heavy volume, and it just bashed around with that. Even at the cash open, it kind of went a little above it, but then accepted lower and then went lower. Okay, so you know, putting these into perspective. What I wanted to talk about was with Manny and the bigger picture momentum strategy to take a look at. Okay, that we saw in here, right? Just in here, with that volume picking up. Okay, back up above this area. Yep, looking for, you know, getting in right in here at 40, and then taking some off at what, 43 we said, something like that, or I front ran it by a tick, and then holding the next one for 45. Okay, so and here they go again, right? They're going to give it another shot here. Okay, I'm going to stay away from it, but we have potential to come back up into 44, 45 again here. All right, and look at the bid down, way down here though, way down here. We want to see that kind of bid up here, and then the reaction be a lot of buyers. And we get that kind of stuff, and we got that on the offer here. A little bit of a fake out there though. I mean, not a fake out. It was high liquidity, but buyers were interested. And finally they convinced them to sell off. Okay, so anyway, what I was trying to get at, and we might have to just go to a higher time frame here, is to understand, for example, a flag pattern. Probably the daily is the best one that I can see so far, or in here maybe. But the daily in here, we can go with this on the left hand side. All right, so here you would be looking, this is the same idea that we just covered, but this is on the daily chart. All right, so I guess Manny left, pity, but here's where we'd be looking for that big volume dot, you know, up in here, and then a breakout, right? And momentum, we already know there's momentum in this daily chart right here on this daily candle. Okay, so we're looking for it to trade up into here. We're looking for more volume to push through that level. And then this is a little confusing on the daily, but I would be looking for it to trade up to here and that swing, and then take some off. It went up higher, not for the day actually. For the day it only went up there. But let's consider like this would be your 43 level here that we just covered, or 42 3/4. Take some off. Right now it came back again on the retest here, and if you were in here, you still would have been in it, right? And then it went higher. Okay, now it took several days, and then a nice breakout here, and went higher. Concept is the same, that you're looking for the momentum, taking some off, looking for that. There's going to be a pullback, and then you're looking for the continuation here. All right, so this is a much higher time frame, but the order flow event is the same. Okay, right in here. Okay, so looking for buyers to come in at the top of this range. We knew that we were looking for them to come back and auction here at this level because of all this activity, and we're looking for that continuation, taking some off. Then we're looking for the move higher. In this case, it pulled back really deep here. and it knocked us out. Okay, now it's conceptual, because I didn't take the trade. I mean, we talked through the trade. So we just don't want to go through trade recommendations in here. Once we start doing that, people are just going to look at that profit and loss. They're going to learn nothing. Okay. Once you start to understand these elements in here and read the order flow, you can apply it, and then just apply a risk reward management system to it and stick to your trade. That's that. Let's see, exhaustion from those stops. So yeah, we got to stop. That's a good call there, Stan. Yeah, we had a nice stop run here. Beauty, just a beauty, right? Like a couple of different stop run events. Okay, one here for 35 and another one for 78. So it pushed above, broke out from a range, but hit a lot of stops and then came back in the middle of the range. Okay, so you can start to put this kind of information together too. This is another level of depth and understanding that, well, if it's a stop run, it's not like it's new buying. It's like they're buying to exit. So if you get new selling coming in, look for it to trade back to the middle or even the other side of the range on false breakouts. Okay, here we go again. We're back up here. See how we read this over here, and we read the buying interest in context, and they're still buying here. So we're still looking for this to go higher. Here it's already breaking out, right, into 45. All right, so now, so we read it over here, even though like we're looking for it here, and then it pulled back pretty deeply here. Then we look for it again in here, and we look for it to trade to 45. It pulled back yet again. Now it finally did it. So what did we learn from this? Okay, and still looks like it wants to go higher up here. Okay, but this would have been my final target right here at 45, and I have my reasons. Okay, Tradermap Pro is showing me that here. Okay, these guys got what they wanted. Amazing. I love this product. Okay, now they're up here at, they're not up at 50. They're not up at 48 or I'm wherever we just looked at here. Here, yeah, 48. They're not there. The larger player is up here at 57.5. That'll be high of the day, of the cash session at least. Okay, pretty interesting stuff. Now this is higher time frame, filter or heat map filter. So this is something you'd have to ascertain. Let's see, Luke, you have some interesting comments in here. Let me get to them. 40 at 10 a.m. seemed to be just a stop loss area. Yeah, I mean, no, there was real buying back up there, and then that was a stop run that you just went over, or that Stan looked at. Let's see here. I think liquidity is there to deposit. Okay. Yeah, I kind of hear you. It looks like most people are listening to what we're saying in here rather than sharing their ideas. It's a good thing because other traders have subscribers blowing up the chat. Would love to get your guys' feedback. I mean, you are Luke, so thank you for that. But and then what you're looking at. Let's see, Stan or AC. I got a question about sell stops are filled. Yes, this is a great question, AC. We'll get to that in just a minute here. Um, yeah, I can't wait to go over it. Let's see, Stan, since the large sellers got filled there. Okay, so large sellers got filled. So we'd have to kind of dig into the details of that stop run. Is that, I think, what you're, or you're talking about this one here at 45? Yeah, no continuation. That's a good one to look for. I mean, like they got what they wanted. Now they're on the bid down here. So the next target, if there's no continuation through this, yeah, Stan, that's really good insight. If they can't get through this here, and we knew there was buying pressure in over in here, right? We saw that. In fact, this guy was even getting filled in here a little bit, pulling and adding lower here, and then pulling back up to 45. So now we can look for the move back down here to 35. Yeah, really good insights, Stan. That's exactly the way to start looking at this Tradermap Pro, right, and get insights from it. I'm still playing around with it. Like, I've been playing around with the 10 lots in here, and maybe it's a little too. I like it. When it's like this in here and they with wide spreads, I can get some insight from it. When that spread starts to narrow, though, it doesn't give me much, is what I've been finding. And then this 100 lot, though, is giving us a lot, right? So this move down here to this, I'm sorry, 36 looks really good, and that's exactly where it's going, like a magnet here. So this guy got filled. Now he's going to get filled down here. Yeah, great stuff, Stan. Great. I love it. Guys, I mean, this is a new product. Like we don't, we're still playing around with it. But look at the insights here. Yeah, it's excellent, Stan. Um, and we had a stop run up there too. So we got a lot going on. Uh, okay, Alejandro, it's not, if you're not very clear about this, is it possible to trade futures on TD Ameritrade from Bookmap? Yeah, you can subscribe to it within Thinkorswim. Yes, it's not rhythmic data though. They don't offer rhythmic data. It's DXV data for stocks and for futures, right? So the oh, guys, look at that beautiful move into like that 36. Unbelievable. Um, wow. Yeah, beautiful stuff. So Alejandro, the um, yeah, so they use DXV data. So the if you want the MBO bundle, you're going to have to go with the Bookmap desktop version and subscribe to Rhythmic Data. That's the only way. Dennis, can I talk about 33 to 44? I'm not sure why 33. I mean, this 36 looks really good. And to this 45, maybe that's what you were talking about. Yeah, I think we just covered it. Yeah, I think he may have canceled in here. I think no. Let's take a look in here. No, it looks like he got filled. Yeah, he's getting filled. Yeah. So 208. This is a filter, right? For there's no volume filter in here. It's only liquidity heat map filter. Okay, Luke, you only have, yeah, I mean, you have CVD, but it is what it is. That's what is offered there. I mean, still you're getting the heat map and you're getting high quality data, and it's free. You're just not getting MBO data, and that's the big difference. And there's a whole bunch of other kind of add-ons like sweeps, absorption, that kind of stuff. They're not offering at this time. Maybe they'll get there, but right now they don't have it, right? So for these kinds of add-ons and things that we're always developing, you'd have to get the desktop version from Bookmap. All right, and I want to get back to let me get back to this question from AC. Okay, this is good stuff. I love this. I just think it's amazing what Bookmap can show. All right, so it's a really good question. Let me try to find a really good example with a stop run. And I'm not finding a really good example. Okay, hold on. I want to see it run for a while. Oh, this might be it. Let's see. Okay, well, this is only a couple of ticks in here. Let me see if I can find still yet a better one. Ooh, here we go. I mean, that one will work, but this one's probably going to be a lot better. Oh yeah, this is better. Okay. All right, so here, here's our stop run. Okay, 433. And this is where it started. Okay, now this aggressor move, AC, this is a great question. So this is one singular event that started up here. That's did not start as a stop run. Okay, this is data. Okay, at 10 o'clock. These are just aggressors coming in and hitting market sell. Okay, or I'm sorry, in particular here, this is one aggressor. We know it's one singular event. Okay, we know that because after this event unfolded, then best bid and offer updated here. Okay, so someone had a lot of size in here and they dumped it. Okay, now we don't know how much they actually had, and we don't know because there's stops in here too, triggered all the way down from 36 down to 33. Okay, big stop run, and we know that precisely the stop was for this amount here, 33. So yeah, I guess we do know. I believe we do know what size this order was. Yeah. It would be from this volume here, 59 or maybe 32. Not precisely. We don't know how much at this 36 level, but all of this volume here would be one individual trader, okay, who hit market sell. And now we don't know where the stops are. They could have been anywhere from here, 39, all the way down to here, 36. Okay, they could also be in here, other stops in here, stop run within stop run. But let's go through the order of operations in here. This player here who hit market sell, okay, the order of operations or the sequencing here is he's going to get filled first. He hit market sell. Okay, it's a singular event. We know that because best bid and offer update later. He gets filled. He may be hitting stops along the way, but he's still getting filled. Anyone that had a stop loss within here is getting slipped, and now they're going to get filled in the order queue. Now this is the aggressor order queue though, right? So they're going to start getting filled in here, and they got slipped all the way. Okay, so now the stops start to trigger. And they start to fill. So there's different kind of queues in here. This is the aggressor queue. Okay, so AC, let me know if you have any questions on this, if you want me to explain it more. But basically, the singular event, larger player hitting stops start to transact at this point here after he is filled, which he may have triggered them along the way, and then they are filled. And there's 433 that are stops. Now they could have been buy or sell stops to enter. That we don't know. Okay, whatever it is, they could be stop loss, they could be stops to enter. Does not matter. You know, during fundamental events like this, that yeah, there's a lot of traders that are going to put in sell stops just because, like, well, I don't know, I'll just straddle the event and then I'll get filled one way or the other. I know it's going to be a big event, and I know I'm also going to get slipped. Let's see here. So you say you have your stop at 37. Okay. Yeah. Well, my stop would have been triggered. Okay, but this guy's still getting filled. Once he is finished, then the order queue of the stops start to fill. Right now, if there were other people up here more than there is liquidity at this price level at 36, I'm not going to get filled at 36. There's going to be other stops that were triggered in front of me. They're going to get filled. So I might get filled way down here somewhere, even though my stop was here at 37. Does that make sense? Yeah, that should answer your question. Yeah, it's first in, first out. Yeah, the in the aggressor's queue as well. Yeah. All right, and then now that I know that gets complex, but guys, like, this is how these markets work. If you get slipped, now you understand what's going on within here, and then you can see the best bid and offer updating afterwards. This is the other queue, which is from the order book queue. That's something very different. Okay, so look at the spread in here, right? So anyway, let's get back to the price action here and see, did we finally break our no? Well, we've been within this huge range this entire time. Okay, so Yuri had pointed out good move up into the structural area up here from the pre-market, and then it kind of slipped down into this 40 level, and then the event unfolded, and that's where it kind of slipped back up to, was this kind of 45 up here, as you guys can see. So, and then we were reading the auction in here in that context about that buying pressure, and looking for a return back up here, and then back up into well, we wanted to see it come back up into 45 earlier on, due to the heat map, Tradermap Pro. Okay, and that's where they were providing liquidity, was here, okay, at this 45 level here, that 100 lot. So good stuff there, and then it finally did transact, and then it immediately went down to, I think Stam was looking at it, which was just awesome, from this 45 right down to 36, and they got filled down here. So interesting stuff. Continued on down so far. Bottom of the range here, and now we're ending up the webinar. Guys, if you like this, please hit the like button. Really helps us here. Subscribe to the channel so that we can continue on with this kind of education. Give us some feedback here. Let us know how we're doing. And yeah, the next event is Tom B. He's up next. So we'll see. This is the European close right now as well, so I'm really curious to see what happens now, because all is back and forth in here. We're going to get some European traders kind of closing their positions, and we're very, very curious to see what if we get a directional move here at this point. All right, so anyway, that's some considerations in here. We went through different when we saw something that was a higher probability opportunity, again, it's not a trade recommendation, but going through the reading of the order flow and then wrapping order flow management or risk management tool around it to look for follow through, and then we extrapolated that to higher time frame so that you could understand what that order flow event and move was, but then to be able to understand that on your candlestick charts, because it's really the same thing. It really is. The monthly charts are the same, the daily, the hourly, down to the 1 minute, down to streaming best bid and offer here. They're all order flow events, essentially. Oh, thanks, Stan. I appreciate it. Thanks for the comments there, guys. Are there big order flow sizes at 39.90? Let's take a look. Yep, sure are. Look at that. Great stuff. I love this tool. I think it's really insightful. To be able to filter for these traders. I know this looks really interesting too, this chart, and looks a little kind of esoteric, but I mean, this is where these players are. You want insight to it, then here's where they are. All right, guys. Well, yep. Let's wrap it up. We'll call it a day. I can't remember if there's anything I wanted to cover with you. No, we had our Pro Trader webinar event all last week. Let me just show that. If you want to watch the recordings of it, it's here. Pro Trader webinar series. So Jay Trader was Friday, then Scott. We had Gary, who was a newcomer, which was excellent. He's a dome trader, only trading the dome. He's only looking at the here and now. Very, very interesting. Expert trader. I don't think you're going to come across a better dome trader out there. We had Patrick Wayland on Tuesday, and then Charles. Well, Patrick, he has some interesting trading strategies. Really good webinar with momentum. He found a really good opportunity, or a trading opportunity, very simple, like straightforward trade, worked out nicely. And then Charles, a newcomer as well, was excellent on volume profile. Really, really good trader. So you might want to follow up on some of these guys, how they trade, and then look at that and how that you might learn something there to apply to your trading. Okay, thanks everybody for coming. We'll catch up with you tomorrow. Don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe, and Tom B up next. All right, thanks guys. Okay, yep, thanks for the great feedback. I really appreciate it, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow.